officially had this thing over 100 days. And what have we gotten done?
Well, July has been kind of a dead month. Our motivation kind of got sucked out by not being able to get that big grand event of putting it back on.
Yeah, like I haven't done anything on it in over a month. As you guys know by now, it is imperative that the frame is in pristine condition before we can put it back onto the body and move on to the fun next steps in renovation. And it's almost done. All of the new pieces have been ordered and welded on. We've added a couple layers of an anti-rust paint, and we even were able to get some of the new subfloor bolted on. There's just one last thing that needs to be welded on, but basically our welder has completely flaked on us, and we've been just kind of hoping he'll call us back, and we don't know what to do.
I really thought we were going to get it done by July 1st. And it's like, hello, DJ. DJ, he's not picking up.
It started to feel like this thing is just never gonna get done, and it's just always gonna be an aluminum tin can in our backyard. So we needed something to really build up the momentum again, and so I started focusing on the design of the Airstream to really bring this dream back to life. I've been coming up with different design ideas, and I find it really easy to know exactly what I want. But I quickly realized that taking what's in your head and making it a reality is really hard. I don't know where to source products outside of Home Depot or who to hire to build that custom couch, so I've decided to bring in a professional so we can really get this right the first time.
I'm Michelle Dirkse from Michelle Dirkse Interior Design, and I'm an interior designer in the Seattle area. My firm does a ton of projects from residential to boutique, commercial, and today I'm really excited because I found Monica Church through a rabbit hole of social media, and we were able to connect, and so now I get to work with her on her cool new Airstream. I've taken a look at your Pinterest boards. I feel like I have an idea of the concept aesthetically and where I want to take you, but after we've talked with your dad about the physical limitations and requirements and functional needs in that regard, I kind of want to know your functional requirements.
Okay,
like how
yeah.
do you want it to feel and operate?
The biggest thing that I think is most important to me that I imagine is like the U-shaped couch thing over there.
Yeah.
I really picture being able to have like 4 people camping and everyone's crowding around it like playing cards or something. So I want it to be comfortable in that way.
Okay, and then shower. What if the shower, toilet, sink was one room?
I like that.
Okay. Okay, the bed in the back. So
Yeah.
if it was a full instead of a queen.
That's fine. I don't really care.
Okay, because sometimes small spaces like this, like stealing 6 inches from somewhere else, you know, can make something possible. And how is this going to be built? Who is doing it?
I don't know yet.
So I'm a little bit nervous about designing the Airstream. Really the biggest challenge is measuring it. I'm worried about all of the curves and that we'll be able to accurately capture that. And it's really important that we do accurately capture it because we need to be able to draft construction documents that are also accurate. I think that's all I need for now. And so next steps, I'm going to go to my office and my team and I will draft the dimensions into AutoCAD. Now that I've measured and I reviewed with Monica, so we have the project brief, we know what she wants stylistically and functionally. Now I can take the measurements and that information back to my office and I'll work with my team to develop the existing drawings, come up with potential floor plan layouts and the concept development and select potential finishes and fixtures.
After my first consultation with Michelle, she had me create a Pinterest board for inspiration. Through that, I was able to hone down some of the design aspects that are really important to me in this build. Number 1 is curved cabinetry. This is something that I haven't seen in any renovated Airstreams, and I think it would make the space feel more inviting and less cramped. Number 2 is terrazzo. Terrazzo is a tile with bits of marble and quartz mixed in. With a space like this, I want to do something fun and outside of my comfort zone. And lastly, I would love to incorporate cane. Again, this is something that I haven't seen in other Airstream builds, but cane is such a fun material. It's super lightweight, it still lets in a lot of light, and it's a little bit unexpected. So those are my design musts. I'm going to leave the rest up to Michelle, and let's get back to some of the dirty work. Today, we decided, even though, you know, we haven't done anything on it for weeks and we don't know what we can do, we both were like, let's just get here and do something.
Bye. It's all about having the right tool, really good drill bits, See how it gets built up? There's like 4 of them on there now. Just go all the way down.
Wait, I want to try. So I just press on it?
So you can do that one. You just put one hand up behind it so you get a little bit of pressure. Yeah.
Just like that?
Yep. There you go. You got it.
I got it.
Now you can reverse it by pressing the other way on the red reverse. Back out. Yeah.
I got it.
Now go forward again. No, that's backwards.
Oh yeah.
Hold it with the screwdriver.
Okay. I got it. Okay. Whoa! I've never actually used a drill. Today was like the first day.
You're kidding. Shelby has.
When I was in film class and stuff, the guys would always take the drill. I can do it. And I tried one time and just couldn't get it and gave up. Today's the day. With not a ton of options on what to work on, there was one really obvious thing that we could do this afternoon, and that was working on perfecting the exterior a little bit more. So we decided to take the strip off of the Airstream. It actually was a blue strip, and we were able to get the blue off as well. And then my dad went ahead and cleaned up that strip, and I cleaned up the actual Airstream exterior. And this was so that we could actually polish right underneath, because before it just wasn't looking good. Then I did a couple passes of polishing. It was really nice not having the strip on there because it just made it really difficult to get into the hard to reach places with that big polisher. So now we got it looking a lot better, a lot shinier. And then we went ahead and put the strips back on, and we ordered new glue for the strip. Oh my god, it's so hard.
Do it again. You got it.
This is how it looked before. Super dull, super dirty. And here is after. Things are a bit shinier and just, you know, looking better.
Oh my gosh. Did we put these on backwards?
Cliffhanger. So that's gonna be it for episode 4 of the Mighty Mo project. I'm sorry we don't have more to update you guys on. I honestly feel like my dad and I's physical appearances have changed more than Mo's this month. I guess that's the nature of big projects like that. Working with other people, sometimes things fall through, but I'm so excited for next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stick around for that. And you can also follow at Mighty Mo Airstream on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
But a lot of gardening's been going on. A lot of golfing. I am a golf addict.
My dad's so trendy. CBD golf.
I honestly don't think it does anything. Yeah, we bought it at Chambers Bay where the US Open was 5 years ago.
That's funny.
And I thought, hey, I need every advantage I can get. So let's pop a piece in.
Hole number 1. Here we go. I'm nervous.
Remember, keep that. Think about having a thing under your left armpit.
A thing under my left armpit? Dang it.
Oh. Nice.
Woo!
There we go. I forgot to film.
Successful day.